Taking the fingertips by the sides, but not pressing down, just keeping them there. Rolling the shoulders back and down, chin in slightly. Lift up through the crown of the head to the ceiling, but as you breathe out, just allow yourself to feel your body weight, to feel the gravity pulling you down from the inside. Just feeling, just allow yourself, give yourself a moment to really feel the downward force of gravity, the downward force pulling you down from the inside. Softening the groin, softening, feeling the base of the body on the floor. So just using enough necessary muscles to keep you upright, but try and relax and soften all the tension of the body, all the tension that you don't need. And then slowly begin to press the tips of the fingers down. As you do, feeling that kind of lift, sucking up action in the palms of the hands, in the armpits, in the wrist, ribs, so that the downward and the upward forces balance each other. And then from the openness of the chest, place your hands in front of you, the roots of your thumbs against the chest, fingers slightly away from the chest wall. Feeling the light touch between the hands, see that one hand is not more aggressive than the other. Relax the upper arms, relax the shoulders, the elbows without collapsing the chest, keeping the chest open. And as you close the eyes, looking from the thinking brain down towards the heart, and just taking a few breaths through the heart center. And just see how that feels. Does it change the perception of yourself and your surroundings when you breathe through the chest? When you move your control center from the brain down more towards the heart, how does that feel? Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widening the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids, let the eyes move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And after your next breath in, roll the 3 palms together in your own time. And as you breathe out, bow the head down, again surrendering the brain to the heart. And release the hands to your thighs and listen to the resonance of silence. And as you breathe in, lift the head up, open the eyes, and stretch the legs forward. And we will cross the legs the other way. Sitting down lower, if you can keep your knees down. And we are going to start with some stretches sitting cross-legged. So first, interlocking the fingers, palms away from you, extending from the center of the palms out to the sides. As if the skin is expanding from the center out, and as you inhale, stretch the hands up. Lengthening the sides of the body, keep your arms straight, hold down. Gripping your outer arms in towards one another. And imagine as if you are still pressing the floor, as we do sometimes. Breathing, feeling, be completely present in the body. And as you exhale and release, and just feel the kind of inner shivering, what happens after you've done the movement. And then the other side, the other way, stretch the arms forward, interlocking the other way. Palms away, and as you inhale, stretch the arms up. And so are the elbows stretched. Squeeze the outer arms in and lift up, and then go spreading the skin from the center of the palms out to the side. Lift your head up slightly closer, don't look down, look forward, and breathe. And as you exhale, then release. And again, just feeling the reaction, the reflection in the body. And then we are going to go to the side, taking your right hand down, left arm up, rotate the upper arm, bring it over. We are just going to stay on the side and just feel where the weight is in the buttocks. So the chances are that the weight has now gone to the right buttock. So can you press your left buttock down, then turning from the bottom ribs. So bottom shoulder is back and down, and you're turning from the bottom ribs, looking up, breathe in. So really allowing the whole left side of the body to feel the extension, all the tissues, all the cells. And then inhaling, coming up. Again, just feeling how you are. And then the other side, so take your right hand down, left arm up and over. And so readjusting the weight of the buttocks, keep them even, pressing your right buttock down, and then turning from the bottom ribs, Top arm is straight. If the arm bends, then I can't get the stretch. Yeah? You don't get the stretch from the hip. You've got to keep your arm straight and then feel how everything connects when the arm is straight. Turn the bottom ribs up, keep turning, then looking up, breathe. And then inhaling and coming up. Feeling how you are. Press the fingers down, lengthening through the front body, and then we are going to turn. Yeah, turning to the right side. So left hand to the inside of the left knee first, right fingers behind as you inhale, making space in the spine, and as you exhale, then turning more to the right side. Lift and turn. Yeah, and then take your hand to the outside of the other leg once you reach your limit. But still feel our both sit bones leveled on the floor. Yeah, left eye is looking all the way to the right side. And then coming back to center. Press the fingers down and lengthen through the front body as you exhale, begin to turn to your left side. So right hand to the inside of the right knee first as you inhale, make space, and as you exhale, then turn more. Use the pressure of the hands to help you turn the spine. You see that the weight is still even. You feel both sitting bones down on the floor. Take your hand to the outside of the other leg. Inhale, lift, and exhale, turn more, lifting and turning. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Now have a break. You may need a little more height, perhaps. Yeah? Maybe a few blocks and a brick on top. And we are going to do that turn again. So this time we are turning again to the right side, but only as far as the navel. The navel is looking at the right knee, is what I mean. And then pressing your right fingers down and lengthening diagonally forward. And now again, it's a challenge to keep that left buttock down, taking the both arms forward. Okay, lifting, turning first. So first it's a turn. Once you are happy that the navel is looking at the right knee, support yourself, pressing your right fingertips down, and then lengthening diagonally through your left arm, and then taking the head down on the breath. Once you get there, you may feel that all the weight has gone to the right side. So can you press the left buttock down again to make it even? So keep aware of what's happening to the base. And then as you breathe in, coming back to center, have the whatever height you need on the other side for your head. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, turning, lifting and turning. So we are warming up the spine in all different directions. Lifting, turning, and then support yourself with your left fingers as you extend diagonally forward through your right arm. Once the head is down, then can you press your right buttock down again? And then feeling that stretch along the right side of the waist. Right side of the waist. And then breathing in, coming back to center. And we are going to prepare to come forward. So whatever height you may need for your head, have it ready. First press the fingers down to lengthen up. Then stretch the arms up, palms face each other. Then from there, start to come forward from the hips, lengthening forward from the buttocks. Yeah, reaching forward. Then take your fingers down, lengthen through the front body. And then come forward more and the head down. Once the head is supported, feeling that sense of letting go of the thinking brain. And the eyes move deep into the eye sockets. And you be with the breath, with the sensations of the body. And then breathing in, coming back to center. And take your knees up, stretch the legs forward. And then once more, bend your knees and cross the legs the other way once more. And we are just going to come forward here. So as you inhale, stretch the arms forward, palms down. As you take a next breath in, stretch the arms up. With the palms forward, can you feel there is a kind of a different stretch? Yeah, more in the abdomen is lifting. And then from there, lengthening forward, extending, reaching through the tips of the fingers. Stay there for a moment, try to be grounded through the buttocks. Then taking the hands down, keep lengthening through the chest, and then taking the head down. Yeah, just check, are you still in your buttocks? Can you ground yourself down through the sitting bones? And be with the breath. Okay, and then as you inhale, coming back to center. Stretch the legs forward. And coming to Adho Mukha Virasana. So at the back of the mat with the big toes together, heels apart, and knees are the width of the hips. And just give yourself a moment to really sit down. Yeah, so that the buttocks are really, really heavy. There's a skill in this, it takes time. I remember that it took me a while to understand this, how much you can let go of the hips. We hold so much tension there usually. And then from there, begin to take the tips of the fingers forward, keeping the buttocks down, lengthening through the front body, lengthening the spine, the chest lifting, but keeping yourself grounded through the sitting bones. And from there, you can take your hands down, rest the head for a moment. In Adho Mukha Virasana. Buttocks down as you breathe in, And with the breath in, still lengthening forward somewhat. So feel this inner dynamic of letting go as you breathe out and still lengthening, still feeling that you are creating space as you breathe in. And then from there, you can take your hands up to the sides, grab your mat, gather it in slightly so your hands are kind of shoulder width apart. Then take your toes under, keeping the feet mat width apart, and lengthen. So as you push them out, you lengthen back. And then from there, coming into your first Ardha Mukha Svanasana, slowly lifting the buttocks high, pushing them up, and lengthening the sides of the body up and back. Buttocks as high as you can get them. And just feeling how you are to start with. How was your day? How does the body feel now? Is the body enjoying the space? Yeah, breathe. Try and stay still. And then as you exhale, you can bend the knees and come down. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but we're going to do the Vajrasana for the feet. And I know it's a bit of a torture, but you don't see it this way, do you? Because you know that it's good for you. And so if you have a bolster, please use bolster. If you don't have a bolster, then you could just have some blanket, which, yeah, if you could have some blocks. If you don't have a bolster, a few blocks, and then a blanket on top. Yeah. But the higher, the better to start, because it makes it easier to start. Then you've got your belt. Now this is so good for your feet. And I know that at the beginning it's not that pleasant. I mean, I'm really joking about that. It's not torture. I'm glad you are muted. Okay. So you've got the belt around your ankles, and it should be reasonably tight. So it's not like I'm not tying it all the way. There's a bit of a give. Yeah. Like this. Like I can move my ankles a little bit, but not too much. And then we'll do it in a few stages. So first you're sitting and on your bolster if you have one, or the blocks, and your ankles are on top. So this is easy. This is not, this is quite easy. But the belt is keeping the heels together so that you are, the heels are kind of between the sit bones. Yeah, then we do inverting the arms up, Bhujangalyasana. And after that, we are going to move forward somewhat, so that only the metatarsals are on the block, on the bolster. Can you see? So this gets a bit more challenging. This is when you start cursing me, but I can't hear you, so it's okay. And then you're going to come forward and be on the floor. And, some people find this even harder. I think it's kind of the same. Maybe a little bit easier when you get down than after that. Okay? We give it a try. So I'll be sideways so you can see. So on the bolster or some kind of provisional thing that you have, and just be as upright as you can. So the belt is tight enough so your heels are close together. And this is so good for your feet. So good for the arches of the feet. It realigns how the feet should be. Yeah. And then from there, to stretch the arms forward to distract you and throw the fingers, palms away. As you inhale, stretch the arms up. lengthening the sides of the body, breathing. And as you breathe out, then release. And now you're going to come forward and only having the metatarsals on the bolsters, so that your ankles are not supported. Ankles are in the air. Yeah, you have to kind of breathe through it a little bit, because this is not that, this is a bit painful, yeah? And so we want to, the body always wants to kind of escape the pain. So if you are leaning forward, then come upright and really sit on those feet. It's good for that. And then interlocking the fingers the other way, stretch arms forward, palms away, straighten the skin of the palms from the center out, and from there again, as you inhale, stretch the arms up, lengthening as high as you can, breathing. And as you exhale, then you can take your arms back down. Okay, and then you're going to come down. So your feet are on the floor, on your mat. I've got 2 mats here, so if you have a carpet underneath, then that's not a problem. That'll make it easier. But if you only have 1 mat, it might be too hard on your feet, so you might want to fold up your mat or have a blanket. And again, just sit quietly, upright, so not leaning forward, be upright. Rest the hands, roll the shoulders back. And just be with it. Be with it. Say yes to it. Say yes. Okay, well done. And then you can come up. And you can take your feet sideways, sit down. And we're going to take that belt off. So now, when we do dog pose, just come into the Mukha Svanasana straight away and feel how it feels. And you will feel that the inner feet are a little more open, so that you elongate the soles of the feet from the toes towards the heels, keeping the heels apart, trying to bring the outer heels down, but it's gonna become a little different, a little easier, hopefully. Yeah, the feet, if you are sensitive, they will feel different now, because the inner feet are more open. So just observe, feel, enjoy that sensation, new opening. And then as you exhale, you can bend the knees and come down. Okay, well done. Now, a different kind of, I want to use that word again. Now, we're going to do Supta Virasana. And if you can manage it, you are going to have a brick here, slanting. Yeah, we've done it before. Maybe I think we've even done it the last time. And so that you have a belt also for the thighs if you have one. But if this is too much, if Supta Virasana is too much for you, then this definitely will be too much. So just do it without this brick here. Yeah. So and this is, remember, this is to really feel the lift in the anterior spines, which is so important. And so when You go back then, go slowly. You may, the knees may lift, yeah, like this, but then try and bring them back down. The thighs will really be stretching. Then arms up, excuse me, over. And just breathing, trying to stay there for a bit. Yeah, so if you can manage it with that break, do it with the break. If you can't, then just do it without. But I feel that this is kind of a shortcut to really feel the deep action in the pelvis, which is so important. Yeah, takes years to kind of understand that lift from the bottom of the pelvic floor, and this is so important to keep your back healthy. Yeah. So just do your best. And notice that even though this is really hard, it's lengthening the hip flexors, your quadriceps, but there is no pain in your lower back. When you have the brick there, there's absolutely no pain in your lower back, and it's because you're really, it's making you, the brick is making you to lift the anterior spine, to lift from the pelvis. And if you don't have the brick, just trying to lift from the groin as well. And just stay for a few seconds. I know it's difficult, so you won't stay very long, but just you're creating different imprints in the body, but not just physical, but imprints on your awareness, which we use later. That's why we're doing these things, as you know. All right, and then you can bring your arms back to your sides. And then slowly come back up. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come back into dog pose. Have a look. So you put the bolster or something for the head, coming into our Svanasana. And then from there, staying on the ball mount of the feet, as you take yourself forward into dog with head up, you can rest on the, you're not resting, you're not closing down, but you're trying to push the bolster forward and up, forward and up, forward and up. Yeah, so you're still trying to do this a couple of times, still feeling that lift in the anterior spine from the bottom of the pelvic floor. Okay, so Adho Mukha Svanasana. And always approaching things with new mind, curiosity, like a child. Adho Mukha Svanasana. First go there, otherwise you'll be there too long. Dog pose. And in the dog pose, already try to find that same space there. In the lower belly, can you find that same space like you just created? And then from there, so as you move from the tailbone is moving forward. As you start to go forward, roll the shoulders back and push the pubic bone against the bolster as if you want to lift it up. You want to push it forward and lift it up at the same time, creating more space. Then keep your toes tucked under, yeah? And then you can go back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll do it a couple of times. So lengthen the sides of the body, buttocks high, legs are strong. And then one more time. So begin to, from the tail, start to come forward. From the tailbone, as the tail goes forward, you go Don't collapse the thighs down, Sarah. Keep your thighs lifted. Inner thighs lifted, and then can you push the bolster forward and lift it up with the groins? And then if you can turn your toes the other way without collapsing the thighs down. The thighs are lifted, they're not on the floor. As you press the hands down, roll the shoulders back and really lift the chest. So trying to find those deep connections. And then as you exhale, come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And you can just bend the knees then, come down. Okay, good. So now, more breathing, more in-breaths. This time, opening the chest more in a reasonably relaxed way. So you're gonna have 2 breaks. You know this, yeah? So this is Paryankasana. And yeah, okay. You're sitting, so you have to remember you have 2 options. So either sitting in Virasana, if that is okay for you, or the toes are pointing back, and you may find that after the feet thing we did at the start, it's easier to be centered on your feet when you do this. Then when you go back, you're gonna have 1 break between the shoulder blades, and then the other underneath the head, and right have this chair here, it's not bad. And then taking the arms overhead, folding the arms, holding the elbow. And then if you can, after a while, taking this break down lower. And then maybe lower still. This pose is different in a way that the buttocks are down. It's not, you're not doing that. Yeah, it's not Supta Virasana, it's Paryankasana, where the back is, it's translated as a swing pose, I think, that the upper body is kind of doing this swing, right? If this is too much for you, for anybody, then you can do it, if you remember, you can do it with your legs crossed, but the breaks have to come down lower. One is between the shoulder blades, the other is under your head. Yeah. Let's go. So lean, have the first break a little higher between the shoulder blade, a bit higher up. That should do it. And just allow yourself to settle, to allow all the little muscles around your spine to start to let go, because at the start there's a kind of a fight, isn't it? Because the brick is hard and it's sore and you're fighting it. So can you let go? Can you not fight it? Just be in the, say yes to it, saying yes to anything that there is in the moment. Is the little inner no's that make us suffer, right? And bringing the arms over if you haven't done so yet. Trying to find your breath in the pose. And then if you are ready, you can take the brick down lower from under your head carefully. On the wider edge. And then again, you can take it even lower down for those of you who are able for that. Changing the cross of the arms. If you're crossing the arms one way, make sure that you stretch the arms over and then cross the other way as well. And even Mary, if you have the legs crossed, you still, I can't see where the bricks are. Hopefully you have the bricks in the right place so that you are getting the extension in the upper back. Yeah, good, Marian. It's so important to keep the thoracic spine mobile, to protect the lower back from damage, to protect your neck. And it's important as we age, it gets stiffer. All right, then bring your arms back to your sides. And then slowly coming back up, carefully. Like that. So now you're going to do high dog, hard dog. We've done it before also. So you go to your break first, standing up. So once you establish that your buttocks are right over the heels, over the knees, you stay there though, yeah? You don't go forward like this, but the buttocks are right in line with your knees. And then you walk your hands forward, you can be on the heel stands, taking the chin down, the break first, standing up, and feeling that same extension in the upper back. And then if you are brave, you take your break down lower, and then maybe even lower if you can. But all the time, it's the upper back that you want to feel it in, not the lower back. Okay, go for it. So in your own capacity, starting with the break up. Buttocks back a little bit closer. And to keep your lower back in check, you've got to squeeze the outer hips towards each other. Yeah, Trish, so floating ribs need to lift more. Buttocks need to come forward. Okay, slightly forward. Yeah, slightly forward. And don't overarch the back. Yeah, overarching the back. I want you to squeeze the buttocks and lift the floating ribs. That's it, like this. And then see if you can now take your hands forward more. Not open the shoulders at all, so take your arms forward and chin down. And in your own time, then see if you can lower the breakdown, see if you can just challenge yourself. There's no, it doesn't matter, but just go to your edge. Yeah, so just to experiment to see, can you feel more extension in the upper back? All right, good. And then walk your hands back, coming back to sitting. And so now when you go back, I love doing a dog pose after this because it makes such a big difference, isn't it? So when you tuck your toes under, you're going to lift your knees just barely off the floor, taking the shin bones back, trying to close the gap between the chest, the sternum, and the knees. And again, feeling that action in the upper back, and fit that slowly, straightening the legs, and just feeling at which point you kind of lose something. Yeah, you might gain height and straight legs, but you might lose something else. Just do it slowly, with a curious mind. Yeah, so with your knees just barely off the floor. Take your buttocks back. If you've got your legs already straight, I want you to bend them so that I can see you how you do it. And take your top sternum, your breastbone towards your knees. First lean, first bend your knees. Take your breastbone towards the knees more. Take your top sternum to the knees. Go on. Go. No, keep your hands forward. See, just wait there and see if you can get some action in the upper back. Get some movement there. Where you had the break, that has to move in. Right? And then from there, slowly beginning to straighten the legs. But as you do that, trying to maintain that gap close. So it's a different kind of pose when you do it. Yeah. Lengthening the sides of the body, pulling up the knees, thighs back, breathing. Arms straight. You show the angle that you are. I can't really see you that well. Arms are straighten the arms. So that's why if you feel that I'm not talking to you, it's I can't really see you that well from that angle. Just to say. Yeah. It's for me, it's always better, not to worry about it, just maybe for next time. It's always better for me to see the mat from the length of the mat. Yeah, the way you see me, the way if I can see you, then you have a better chance to be adjusted. All right, then from there you can come down and come up to standing. And so moving on, you're gonna have to stand up with a break between your inner thighs. Yeah, as we know this. I'm just gonna stand back a little bit, and you want to just stand in Tadasana first. And so with the break, squeezing the outer hips in towards the break. Lifting the front break up as the back break goes down. Yeah, and then from there, stretching the arms forward and up to the ceiling, lengthening the sides of the body. But as you stretch the arms, you don't take your thighs forward. Liam, thighs back, you're doing a banana. Yeah, thighs back, go on. It will feel funny, it will feel like you're falling back, but you're actually straight now. If you see yourself in the mirror, now you're straight. Arms up, grip the break from the outsides of the hips. Front break lifting, back break is descending. Yeah, so you're making that compactness in the hips. Again, that lift from the lower abdomen, the bottom of the pelvic floor lift. And then as you exhale, you can release the arms. And we're going to do Uttanasana. The same way, so you still have your break. So feet are just slightly apart, gripping that break, and then bending your knees, so the upper body goes forward, and you keep your pelvis in neutral position. Yeah. So you're not sticking your buttocks back like this, and you're not doing that either. It's neutral. Gripping the break, and then arms forward and up. Okay? Go for it. So squeeze the break, and then so it's like an S shape you're making. So upper body comes forward slightly, and you're bending your knees as if you want to sit on a chair. Grip the break and lift the front break up as the back break goes down. Upper body forward, Liam. Upper body forward. So it's an S shape. But shoulders back. Upper body forward. So you're hinging from the hips. And then bring your arms forward and up to the ceiling with the arms. Back is straight. Yeah, so you're not like a diver. It's a chair pose, as if you want to sit on a chair. And then as you press the heels down, slowly come up and just feel the difference. Yeah, as you press the heels down, slowly come up, release the arms and feel. You might feel that it's a bit easier to be upright. Yeah, to keep the weight in the heels. All right. Then you can take your break down, and we are going to do a couple of standing poses in this way. So I've got my two breaks on top of each other at the wall. And this is we did something different the last time. A couple of weeks ago, we used the front foot on the brick, but now I want the back foot on the bricks. This is very interesting. I find that really, really good. Yeah, to integrate the spine, to understand what happens in the buttocks. So have a look first. You've got the heel pushed against the wall on the two bricks, taking the toes out, heel in. Yeah, rotating the thigh really well. We are going to do Trikonasana first, stretching the arms out, and then first lengthening forward as you go into the pose. Yeah, you will find that now you go much lower because the back foot is lifted, but it's easier to take this hip in. So the spine is straight, and from there you can lift. Okay, let's try. So going to the right side first, you're going to have the left foot on the height, whatever height. So if you have 2 bricks or a few blocks, okay, so left foot on the brick, push the heel against the wall, take the other foot, your right foot away from the wall, and turn your right toes out and the heel in, well. And so feel, and be a little wider than normal. A little wider with your feet than normal, yeah? And rotate your right thigh from inside out really well. Pull up both knees and really push the back heel against the wall. And notice how when the foot is lifted like this, how the back leg is kind of more connected in the hip. And then stretch the arms out to the sides from the center of the chest. And as you inhale, lengthen and reach through your right fingertips, reaching forward first. And see how that's helping you to bring your right hip into the body. And then from there, take your hand all the way down, wherever it touches your ankle, perhaps. And then from there, navel, chest turning. So now the spine should hopefully be straighter. Stretching up through the top arm and just see how that feels in your right hip and squeezing your right buttock into the body. Right buttock into the body. Front leg straight, Lisa. Slightly bent. Pull up. Yeah, see? Pull it up. Pull up the knee cup. And then as you inhale, come back up. And then take your feet down. And turn around to the other side. So you've got your right foot on the bricks. Taking your left foot well away from the wall. And turn your toes out and the heel in, turning the whole front leg from inside out. Yeah, the thigh turns from inside out. And connect the back heels as you push the heel against the wall. How does that connect the back heel through the knee all the way to the hip? And then stretching the arms out to the sides. And as you inhale, you're going to reach through your left arm, reaching through your left arm at the same time, keeping your left hip drawn into the body. So by the nature of the position that's happening. Squeezing your left buttock in. As you exhale, take your hand all the way down. So down to, if you can reach the ankle or wherever it goes. And from there, turning the abdomen, the chest up. And so notice what's happening in your left hip now and how the buttock is working. Buttocks should be squeezing in, Marian, left buttock now. So try to bring your shoulders back so you're not leaning forwards. So that your shoulders are in line with your hips. Okay, well done. Then as you inhale, coming back up. Turn your feet forward. Take your feet together. Before we do the next pose, I want you to do something for the shoulders. Taking one break. And I'm going to go back so you can see me. facing the wall. The brick is like this. You can see I'm going to have to go back a little more. And it's going across now. So I'm going to bring my right elbow on the brick. And you're stepping your close to the wall. And then stretching your left arm out. And then trying to hold the fingers. And if you can't push the fingers, you have the belt on your right shoulder to start. If you saw that, so brick is this way at the wall, and then I put my upper arm, the elbow, and then I'm trying to push the arm up the brick. Yeah, go for it. It's very good to open the shoulders. It's a nice way to do the pose. So let's have the right arm on the brick first. And you are facing the wall, and be quite close with your feet to the wall so that you're not doing a banana trying to reach, yeah? So the integrity of the standing pose should be there. All right, and then once you are ready, taking your left arm out to the side, palm back, bend the elbow behind your back, and then see can you catch the fingers. And if you can't, then I hope you've got the belt ready. I'm not there to help you. So, and just stay, breathe, keep trying to press the right upper arm against that brick and lift it up at the same time. And see what way the body wants to. The body might want to twist, keep it leveled, keep it facing to the wall evenly. Good, well done. Then as you exhale, slowly release. So first your left arm, then hold the brick, and then release the other arm when you hold the brick. Yeah, and then the other side. So for the other side, if you are using the belt, you want the belt hanging just over your left shoulder now. So whichever is the one that's going up needs that belt. Have the block or the brick on the wall. And then your elbow, your upper arm on the brick, and trying to raise the brick with the arm. The arm up along that brick. And just give yourself a moment to open that left shoulder first. And then from there, you can stretch your right arm out to the side first. Stretch out to the side because that helps first extend. So there's always first you make space. Then you do the rotation, and then you take your arm behind. Then try to catch. So it's much harder to catch if you are short. If the muscles are short, you won't reach very much. So you first need to lengthen. Always the rule. Step slightly forward, Sarah, towards the wall, and take your buttocks away from the wall so that you don't do a banana. Yeah. And if you can't reach, then use the belt. And breathe. All right, then as you breathe out, you can release. Okay. And now we're going to do our Shvakonasana in the same way like Trikonasana. So with the two bricks. So left foot first is on the bricks. Right foot out, really well, turn your toes out. Let me quickly show you. Then you're going to bend the front knee. This time I'm making a right angle. And then taking your right arm in front of the foot. And so this time you get a chance to really go deeper in that hip. And then top arm up and over. So top arm is extending like in the Gomukhasana that you have just done. It's the same action. All right. So left foot on your two bricks on the height, whatever height you're using, and the roll. And right foot is well away from the wall. Turn the right toes out and the heel in. And then as you exhale, sit down low in the hips, bending the front knee, sitting down low in the hip. And when you look at the front knee, you should definitely not be going forward towards the camera. You should be in line with your hip. Yeah. And then as you exhale, take your right hand down in front of the knee. And I'm not asking you to take a break there because you should now hopefully manage to go down to the floor. Yeah, and a bit lower down in your hips, Liam, and everybody else too. So the front leg should be making a right angle, is it? Or not? Abdomen turning, chest turning, top, shoulder, back. Yeah, and just noticing what's happening in your front hip. Wide a bit, your feet a bit there, Marianne. Front foot needs to come away from the wall. And then once you are ready, stretch the top arm up, rotate the upper arm and bring it over. And the top arm is like the top arm in the Gomukhasana pose that you've done moments ago. So really stretch, really extend through it. Top arm straight, Lisha, straight out. So that the arm, when it's straight, it's connecting to your heel. Yeah, the whole side body is lengthening. And breathe and enjoy it. And then as you inhale, come back up. You know that these brief moments of discomfort will make you feel so much better after. Yeah? And then take your feet together. So good for you to do all these things. Okay, so now taking your right foot on the bricks. Heel presses against the wall. Take your left foot away from the wall. Take it away well. Give yourself space. And then as you exhale, bend your left knee and go down low. Make a right angle. Go down low. Upper body upright first. And then as you exhale, take your left hand down in front of the foot. Yeah, lower down in the hips. Yeah, all of you need to, you're a bit too scared to go down. Don't be worried, just go. Just go. And then take your right arm up, rotate the upper arm and bring it overhead. So upper body upright, Michelle. Yeah, upper body upright. And go lower in the head, lower in that hip. That's it, now you're good. Are you fighting your mom? She's helping you, she's doing a good work there. Okay, good, not bad. And then as you inhale, you can come back up. And when you come up, can you feel what's happened? How do you, just standing again, feeling that kind of inner shivering in the body? Where do you feel? Do you feel how strong the hips feel now? Hopefully. So I know that we are running out of time. We can continue with the backbends next week, perhaps. But what I would like you to do is now, without those breaks, to go into, and you can use that break this time. Yes, you're going to go into Parsvakonasana, but trying to see what it feels like after what you've done now. Can you find that same kind of spaciousness in that hip? And then from there, you're going to straighten the front leg and see what here you can learn to bring into Trikonasana. And it's the depth here in the hip. So the spine is actually straight. Okay. So feet wide, we are going to go to the right side first. Turn your front foot out well, turning in the hip socket. As you exhale, bending the front knee, Maria. It's Parsvakonasana, yeah. Go make a right angle. Go lower in the hip, go on. Go lower, be brave. Nearly there. Very good, very little bit more. Well done. Then as you exhale, take your right hand down to the brick in front of the foot. Top hand to the hip first. Can you find that same kind of depth in the hip? Yeah, and the connection to the back heel. It's not so easy now when the foot is not on the height. But can you reconnect to that? And then top arm up, rotate the upper arm and bring it over. When it goes over, it shouldn't be falling down. Up, 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 Maria. Don't let it fall in front of you. Up. And remember, the top arm feels like the top arm in Gomukhasana. Front leg bend, Claudia. Now from there, you can just have the hand now on the leg as you begin to straighten the front knee. But what happens, what changes in the hip? So stay down, no, stay low. Trikonasana, staying with the hand on the ankle. And straighten in the front leg, Trikonasana. Yeah. Abdomen, chest, turning front leg straight now. It's funny when I ask you to bend your knee, you don't, and when I ask you to straighten the knee, it's bent, isn't it? Straight like now. Go on. Abdomen, chest, turning top, shoulder back. Okay, one more time. Bend the front knee and do Parshvakonasana. Top arm up and over. Top arm up and over. Extend through the tips of the fingers. See if you can go deep in the hip. Deep in the hip. Go down lower in the hip. Go down, make a right angle. Go on. Be brave. Show me right angles. And then from there, can you slowly straighten the leg, come back into Trikonasana. You are not falling down. The chest is looking up. Chest looks up. And then inhale, come up. Turn your feet forward, preparing for the other side. Turn your feet to your left side. Yeah, so right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. Be wide enough with your feet to have space, to have enough space. Extend the arms from the center of the chest. The upper body is looking forward. And as you exhale, bending your left knee now. Upper body forward, left knee bend. Go down low in the hip, low in the hip. Yeah. Then take your left hand down to the brick in front of the foot. Turn the abdomen up, turn the chest up, top shoulder back, and you find that same depth. Yeah, no, that's better now, Reem. Well done. Top arm up and over. Can you connect the top arm all the way to the back heel? Yeah, good. Good, Sarah. Looking better. But the upper body, Marianne, should not be collapsing forward because that wrecks you. Yeah. I want this to give you energy. Yeah, very good. And then from there, slowly, as you straighten the front leg into, stay low, don't go up. No, don't go up. Hand stays down. And just straighten the front leg into Trikonasana. Do Trikonasana for both legs are straight. Abdomen turning, chest turning, top shoulder back. And can you maintain that it's harder now? The hip, the left hip has to move deep, it has to suck into the body to keep the spine straight. Yeah, it's not easy to do. One more time, bend the front knee, make a right angle. Show me your right angle, show me your best now. It's your last time. Rotate the upper arm, taking it overhead. Extend through the tips of the fingers. Good, I can see better right angles now after all of that. That's great. And then one more time, straighten the front. So stay low, straighten the front leg, stay low with the hand. The hand is can be on the ankle, on the shin. Turn the abdomen up, the chest up, top shoulder back, stretch the top arm up, breathe. And then as you inhale, come back up. Turn your feet forward and feet together. Okay, so because this is all good work that we have done, we just don't have time for much back bending. But we can keep it for next time. What I would like you to do is Parigasana. So you're kneeling on the front edge of the mat, taking your right leg out into the right angle to measure distance. So when you straighten the leg, the other is kind of just a little bit, maybe slanted or perpendicular. But starting here, because here you get that rotation in the thigh and that engagement with that buttock. So this pose is kind of similar to Trikonasana. But because this leg is shorter, now the spine is actually rounding. Yeah? Now it's going like a bowl, and it's supposed to be that way. So that's the difference between this pose and Trikonasana. So I want you to feel that. Okay? So right foot near the wall first. Measure distance. Yeah. Feel that rotation of the right thigh from inside out. And then you're going to straighten the right leg, taking the foot to the wall. Toes are pointing up. Rotate the upper thigh from inside out. And stretch the arms out to the sides from the center of the chest. And then as you exhale, begin to reach towards the wall and take the back of the right hand down to the shin. Back of the right hand. Back of the hand. Stretch your left arm up. Rotate the upper arm and bring it overhead. And as you take it overhead, you're sliding the right hand down. And see if you can take your fingertips all the way to the wall. Turning the abdomen, the chest up in the process. You're not collapsing down, but you're lifting up. And breathing. And enjoying that side stretches. It's very good to stretch your breathing muscles, your intercostals. And then as you inhale, coming back to center, bring your feet back together. And then you will have to turn around to the second side. Yeah, so if you want to use the wall, you have to turn around away from the camera, but so that your front foot is going to be at the wall. You don't have a wall there, Liam, so maybe turning around. Yeah. Okay, so once you've measured your distance, then straightening your left leg to the wall, taking the toes up the wall, and rotating the left thigh from inside out. Really, really, really well. And then stretch the arms out to the sides from the center of the chest. Extend the arms. Feel that the chest is supporting the extension of your arms. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring the back of the left hand down to your shin. Stretching up through your right arm, rotate the upper arm and bring it overhead. At the same time, sliding your left hand down the shin more. As you press your right fingertips against the wall, from there, how much can you turn from the base? And just feeling the difference for yourself. Can you feel the difference between this and doing Trikonasana? Good. And then as you inhale, you can come back to center, bring your knees back together. And so winding down now. We're going to do Prasarita Bharattanasana so that we do a symmetrical pose. And because of all that opening, lengthening you've done, hopefully it will make it easier to lengthen the chest, the spine. So you can use 2 breaks. So from here first, taking the hands down, shoulders back, lifting the chest up, then bringing the bricks forward as far as you can, but not taking the buttocks with you. So the buttocks stay right over the heels as you lengthen. And this might be enough for you. You might even need a chair if you are round on the back. And otherwise, if you are good, taking the hands back in line with your feet and then head down. Okay, so taking it in stages. You know this pose well. Don't be rushing to go down, Liam. No, first have the bricks. And so we start with the bricks under the shoulders first, to first feel that lift. So again, it's your shoulder blades, your inner shoulder blades moving into the body. Roll the shoulders back. Lift, allow the chest to open, the collarbones to smile, to bring extension into the upper back, your thoracic spine. Yeah, I can't emphasize this enough, how important this is. Yeah, can you feel as if you're doing a back bend? Remember at the start when you had the brick between the shoulder blades, as if the brick was still there. What did that feel like? Yeah, so we are forward now, Trish. Then from there, I'm just waiting for Marianne. Go on, take your hands to your bricks. Or you may benefit from a chair. Then from there, bring your hands forward with the bricks, as far forward as you can. So now, so you've created that concavity, and now you're lengthening the spine forward. Yeah? But keeping the buttocks fixed. So buttocks are not coming forward with you, they're staying right over the heels. Lengthen the sides, open the armpits, lift the buttocks higher and higher. The higher the buttocks go, the lower the upper body will be able to go. And then with that spaciousness you've created in the spine, then you can take your hands down. Look up with the chest, still take your hands in line with your feet if you can. Hands in line with the feet if you can. So wherever you can go. And still, can you still concave the upper back? Concave the upper back, not convex, lean, concave. Shoulders back, lift the chest, make your collarbone smiley. Collarbone smile, buttocks high. And then bend the elbows back and let the head go down and see how far it goes. And if it doesn't go to the floor, you can use some support for the head. Higher with the buttocks, lean, higher with the buttocks. Pull up the knees, make your legs strong, strong legs. Elbows, hands closer to each other, Lisha. So hands are the width of the shoulders, that's it. This is your resting pose, just for a moment, stay there. Why have you got your hands behind your back, Patricia, Trish? Take your hands down, it's better, because otherwise you don't get that space. All right, and then from there you can bring your hands forward again, look up with the chest, take your hands to your hips and slowly come back up to standing. And bend your knees, take your feet together, and we are ready for relaxation. Can't believe it, but yeah. So lie down, make sure that you are warm, and whichever way is calling you to do it, you can have your lower legs on the chair, you can have bolster underneath the chest or not, you can just lie down flat, whichever way you feel you want to do it, I don't mind. Just make sure that you are straight and that you are comfortable, that you are warm. And so chin is down lower than the forehead. And you're on the very center of the back of the head. The back of the neck feels long. And start to let go. There is nothing more to do, and there is nothing left undone. Just feeling the layers of tension from outside going deeper and deeper as you breathe out. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids. Let the eyes move down away from the eyelids, as if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. Feel the contact you have between the back body and the floor. From head to feet and feet to head. Feel all the touch points between the back body and the floor. The whole plane of the body on the floor at once. Let the breath out, softening the abdomen, and let it fall down towards the back. And as you breathe out, softening the whole front body, and let it fall down onto the back body. As you surrender more and more to the gravity with each next breath out, until you let go completely. I'm going to finish with a poem about this. Saying yes to every moment. In this passing moment, karma ripens and all things come to be. I vow to choose what is. If there is cost, I choose to pay. If there is need, I choose to give. If there is pain, I choose to feel. If there is sorrow, I choose to grieve. When burning, I choose heat. When calm, I choose peace. When starving, I choose hunger. When happy, I choose joy. Whom I encounter, I choose to meet. What I shoulder, I choose to bear. When it is my death, I choose to die. Where this takes me, I choose to go. With this, I'm going to leave you. I hope you sleep well tonight. Well done on all the good work. And have a good week, and see you next week. Good night.